Hello Dubai, my name's Mark Anderson and I am known as the ICT evangelist. One of the things I'm really passionate about is making sure that learning is transformational in the classroom and that technology, when it is used purposefully. But I'm always aware that, particularly with new technology, it can be quite daunting and quite sort of scary, and it takes a bit of confidence to actually get started. One iPad app that I use, called Nearpod, is really helpful when it comes to bridging that confidence gap. Simply upload your PowerPoint presentations to their website, and then you can run your presentation from your iPad on the iPads of the students in your room. What you've got to do then is simply log in as a teacher. So that will involve you just tapping onto where it says teacher, just here. Once you've done that, simply tap over here to log in to Nearpod, and then you'll be taken through to your library. Here you'll see all of the various presentations that you've uploaded, and you can see them just here. Here's some of the ones that I have had. And after you've chosen the one that you want, simply tap onto launch just here, and that will launch your presentation in Nearpod. At this point, simply tell your students what your room number is, which appears where I've just shown you here. And then once you've done that, your students on their iPads can simply just tap in that code and the presentation will appear on their iPads. You can control the movement from one slide to the next by simply just swiping in the direction you can see the arrow pointing there, and as you swipe from one to the other, so the slides will move on your screen and subsequently on their screens too. Incidentally, down the bottom here you can preview your different slides. Okay, what you can do is you can actually slide along there as well, and if you double tap onto one of those slides, it'll then jump to that slide in the presentation as well. Really good. What you can do in addition to that though is you can set up assessment for learning opportunities in between the different slides. So all you have to do is put those in Nearpod, and you do that in their browser when you upload your presentations. And at the end of the whole presentation, when students have answered different questions and what have you, a report is generated where all of the answers, all the responses in the different ways that you can do them, okay, are then downloadable to your laptop or whatever it is that you have for you to look at and share with your class or refer to when you're writing your reports and what have you. And you can see how their learning and their progress is going. One of my favourite assessment for learning opportunities is the Draw It, and you can see an example of one here where you ask students to actually draw their response on the screen. This is a maths question, obviously, okay, and when this appears on a student screen, all they have to do is simply just write on the screen and the answer comes up. Lots of different applications for that. It could be labelling literally anything or showing any kind of working out or anything like that. Really good. And when each student does that, you can then have that submitted back to you on your iPad, which then appears in your report as a separate image. What's really good as well is if a student has done a particularly good answer, you can actually share that answer back onto all of their screens as well. Okay, so you get an option called share that comes up when you see all the list of students in this area here, and you just share it back to them. Absolutely brilliant. So as I was saying, Nearpod's a really good way of getting some confidence of using Apple technology with iPad in your classroom. Only thing that you can use to help you in the classroom. This app Word Photo, you'll have probably heard of things like Tagxedo and Wordle before for creating word clouds. But this app called Word Photo takes photos, you put in some keywords, and you can make some really amazing images with your keywords in from this app with your keywords in the photos. Called Word Photo, photo spelt with an F, and it's a really good tool for creating some great posters for your classroom. Another way that I use technology to help me is through this app. It's called Decide Everything, and you simply enter the names and what have you of the people that you can, of the students you have in your class. You spin the wheel and it chooses students for whatever activity. So some really nice apps for helping you to get some confidence of using technology in the classroom that are really simple to use. It's not all about you using the technology though. It's sometimes about, and often about, the students using technology. One great way that my students like to demonstrate their learning and their knowledge and what have you is through using an app called Spreaker DJ. You can choose music from your iTunes library, and then you can record yourself talking over the top of it and explaining the activity or the knowledge that you are trying to explain about. Really, really good. You could pretend to be historical characters. You could be a literary figure in a book from a play. You could be talking about lots of different things, and it's a really fun way of sort of discussing and showing off your knowledge. Before I go, my favourite app at the moment is one called TouchCast. If you can try and get students to show off their knowledge and understanding, this one's absolutely brilliant. It's like your own portable TV studio on your iPad. Okay, you might spot the non-deliberate mistake up here, however, this is a brilliant way of engaging students and getting them to talk and learn about different topics and showcase their understanding and learning. I hope you've enjoyed these ideas and can take some of them back into your classroom. If you'd like to find out more about me, at ICT Evangelist, you can find me on my blog at www.ictevangelist.com, where you'll find lots of other ideas about how you can use technology to transform learning in your classroom. Or alternatively, I've got a book out which might give you a few ideas as well. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please do get in touch. Have a great time. Thanks.